Those who are calling for decoupling between China and the United States will be sorely disappointed by how bilateral trade shaped up in 2020. That's because China has reclaimed the top spot as the top trading partner of the United States last year. Well, U.S. imports from China dipped 4% in 2020, but exports to China jumped 17% to its second highest level on record, and reversing a downtrend seen since 2017. Now, as Donald Trump began a trade war with China, we saw how trade tensions boomeranged back to American businesses. At the end of 2019, U.S. exports to China slumped 18% compared to the end of 2017. In dollar terms, that means U.S. companies sold $23 billion less in goods to China during that time. This stands in stark contrast to EU businesses, which sold $23 billion more in goods to China from 2017 to 2019, effectively taking market share from U.S. companies who lost out during trade tensions with China. Nonetheless, for 2020, the comeback kids for U.S. exports to China, soybeans, and U.S. energy. American farmers sold a record $14 billion plus worth of soybeans to China in 2020, a surge of nearly 78% compared to 2019. Meats, corn, and cotton saw over billion-dollar spikes in exports to China as well. The U.S. Department of Agriculture is forecasting the farm exports to China will reach a record in 2021, supporting good-paying jobs and farmers in America's heartland. Now, when it comes to energy, both U.S. oil and natural gas exports to China last year thawed from a deep freeze. Oil shipments to China swelled over 130% in 2020, and following a 20-month pause due to trade tensions last year, saw natural gas exports vaulting nearly 750% higher versus 2019. Now, looking at the two-way trade numbers in 2020, we are seeing that since China joined the WTO, the pace of U.S. exports to China grew at a speed that was twice as fast as the pace of imports from China. Yet, unfortunately, America has now turned from a champion of free trade to a champion of a free-for-all in tariffs, imposing tariffs at will or threatening to impose them on trading partners from China to India, Canada to Mexico, Japan to South Korea, Brazil to Argentina, Turkey to the UAE, and of course, even the European Union. Now, President Biden has so far not rolled back his predecessor's tariffs. So, will the United States return to an embrace of free trade, or has a new era of American protectionism enveloped the world? At least right now, it's ominously pointing to the latter.